Hey everybody, it's Boykeeplays here, and today we're going to see how many levels we can beat in Shadow Generations without using the analog stick. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting off with the first level, Space Colony ARK Act 1. Obviously the beginning parts are pretty easy because, well, we're on rails, don't have to do anything but boost. Well, I didn't say I wouldn't do anything else. Starting off, there's just a straight, so we can just boost down. Then we come across some springs we can homing attack, along with enemies we can do the same with. And since we can't move the analog stick, then we have to use the quick step to move side to side. And I don't know what just happened there, but it happened. And if we ever run out of boost, we could use the quick step in the air to move forward. We can also hold the quick step button while boosting to move to the side. But once we get to this part, we meet our first obstacle, a ledge. The direction Shadow is facing makes quick stepping in the air kinda weird, and boosting into this wall got me angled, but didn't really help. This time when I got to the wall, I did a quick step in the air, and it went the right direction this time. So now we got the checkpoint. And this wall's gravitational field automatically pulls us in, so now we do more quick steps. I ran out of boost on this wall, so I had to slowly quick step my way into range for a homing attack. This part was pretty tedious. There we go, finally. On this wall, quick stepping got me just into range for the automation to start without hitting the dash pad. And obviously the rails didn't require any stick movement. At the next checkpoint, we can pretty much just boost. And then once we get enough chaos control, we can stand on these to get to the dash ring. We can also just jump over here by just boosting and jumping. And we can use the mid-air quick step to homing attack this pulley. We can stop time again with chaos control for more quick steps. I think half the time I play this stage I always take damage here. Seeing as we're not facing forward, you know what time it is? Quick step time, again. With a well-timed air boost, we can make it to this dash ring. We can use chaos control while we're falling to stop all these other missile things, and boost straight ahead. It's probably obvious, but in case it's not, Shadow's moving automatically. And now for the quick time event, and that doesn't require any stick movement either. That will never not be awesome. Turns out we can dodge all the skydiving lasers by just, well, staying in place. If we do homing attacks on both of these artificial chaos, then we can get to the chaos control speed dash. I don't know what it's called, but I call it that, and it allows us to skip quite a bit of this part of the level. We can take another path by chaos snapping this beetle and dashing into the dash ring. And that takes us to some rails. You know, rails are probably the best thing for this type of challenge, since they move you automatically. Now, if this was Sonic Adventure 2, where you have to balance on rails, or Sonic Heroes, then this would be a whole nother thing, because we'd probably be falling off all the time. Now, on this part, we can just, well, jump and homing attack. Now, it's time for us to meet our doom. Literally. Starting off, Radical Highway Doom Zone isn't much of a problem, since we can just skydive and boost. And after a quick homing attack chain, we can ride this rail, and all is well. At the end of this rail, we have two options. We can either go left or right. And of course I choose left, because there's a rail. At the end of this rail, we're launched into a bunch of buildings, and this is where the trouble starts. Because after this little cutscene, Black Doom forms a building slide thing, and we can't really do much of anything while we're on it except for jump. We can also use Chaos Sphere, but that doesn't really help here. And yeah, if we don't jump, we just fall off. Even if we do jump, we'll fall off if we don't do it right. I don't know what happened right here. I was able to jump at the right spot a couple times, but it wasn't very consistent. And I didn't seem to have enough rings to get through without taking damage and dying. I tried and tried for a very, very long time. But believe it or not, I actually did make it to the bottom, with enough rings to survive. But I wasn't put into the automated section where it launched me to the helipad, so I died. And seeing as that's the only way to get to the helipad, I deemed this level impossible. Man, I wish I could have beaten it. I was there for almost an hour. But hey, maybe we'll have better luck with Act 2. Maybe. Maybe not though, because this is a 2D level. And 2D levels are more complicated than the 3D levels, mainly because we're more limited as to where we can move and stuff. For example, you can only homing attack things that are in front of you, not behind you like in 3D. So, if we're turned around and need to homing attack something, then we're out of luck. And if we hit a wall and can't turn around, then yeah, that's also not good. But yeah, let's just see how this plays out. All things considered, this level was actually going pretty well. Of course though, it seems that we have hit a dead end. We can't turn around here. And if we get over here, then we're just pretty much stuck for good. I restarted the level to see if I could find another way up here that could maybe make us turn around, but it was no use. Well, I forgot to mention, you can quick step in 2D, but it doesn't really do anything, except for in some situations, which you'll see later. So yeah, it seems unfortunately this level is not possible. Next up we have Rail Canyon Act 1. That name gives me hope. This level shouldn't require that much stick movement, especially since we can switch rails with the bumpers instead of the stick. Glad I'm not doing this challenge with Sonic Generations because, yeah, you still can't switch with the bumper, it's just the stick, even in the remaster. Which is kinda odd, but it's fine, doesn't ruin the experience. Unless you're doing a challenge like this, of course. Seeing as we have 50 rings, we can use the Doom Wings, which will help a lot in this level since, well, we're invincible now, and we can fly. Actually, will help a lot in most levels. Wouldn't help in Base Colony ARK Radical Highway, because you can't do anything but jump on that sliding building. Even though it's not needed with how this game controls, it'd be kinda nice to have a drift on that part. But hey, what are you gonna do? We can use Chaos Control to stop these little rhino guys from destroying these rails. And seeing as I'm invincible, don't need to switch rails because, well, I'm invincible. We can do some more quick homing attacks, then a whole bunch of egg pawns come to attack us. Doesn't really work though. Then I was stupid and completely missed the checkpoint and the rails. Yeah, that's not good. Seeing as I no longer have Doom Wings, I do actually have to avoid taking damage. I accidentally jumped off the rail, but fortunately, the other pathway kept me from, well, dying. Why did I boost that way? Here I almost died again, but fortunately, I landed on this train. Or, not train, tunnel. I don't know what this is, but I was already up here before. Now this time I actually got the checkpoint. Using Chaos Control to stop the train, I was able to take the Chaos Control Lightspeed Dash thingamajig that I still don't know the name of. Now we are being attacked by evil rails. And you know what that means. Radical Highway. Once again we are facing sideways, so you know what that means. It's... Why does this keep happening? No! This time I'm just not gonna boost at all. Okay, now I can boost. We can do some homing attacks on these beetles to reach this dash ring up here. We're about to enter another freefall skydiving section. We can avoid all the debris by skydiving straight downwards. Then, gravity switches up on us. And this time we do have to take damage from some debris, or less of debris and more of Black Doom making the road come at us. We can grab this checkpoint right here and destroy all these robots. And now we see Doom's eye, or Doom's spinning eye copy thingamajigs, whatever they are. Also, for whatever reason, this spring starts us backwards. Yeah, that's not good. Fortunately, there are nearby dash rings that we can jump into to turn around. Thank you, Sega. Remember what I said we'd do if we ran out of boost? The mid-air quick steps? Yeah, I ran out of boost, so I gotta do that.
Very good, Shadow.
That's better. Now we're skydiving into Doom's eyes. And yeah, it's hurting us more than him, mainly because, well, we're diving right into them. But for some reason we're not taking damage from some of them, but we are from others, so that's kind of weird. But hey, we're finally at a Radical Highway. Let's get back to Rail Canyon. The doors open, led us to the next checkpoint, and we're almost at the end of the stage. Almost. All there is to do now is run away from these giant trains. Man, these trains are ugly. Just a little bit farther, we're almost there. Maybe I should have taken the lower path, because now I'm out of boost and have to do this. Great. Just great. Guess it's not that bad though, because we are right there. And with that, we've completed Rail Canyon Act 1. And look at the rank we got. D. Great. Just great. Just so you know, it only says best because that's my best with the Doom Wings, not my best period. Now on to Rail Canyon Act 2. And seeing that this is a 2D level, this might not be good. But hey, I guess we'll see. So far, this is pretty normal, actually. The level so far has been pretty on rails, literally. I got up to this part where I activated my Doom Wings, and then I accidentally flew away. Yeah. Now there's no turning around, so I had to restart. This time I activated Doom Wings much earlier. And I also hit the switch and took a slightly different pathway. This time, once I got over here, I did not fly away. Instead, I went around the loop-de-loops and the dash pads and stuff. And I used Chaos Control. Once I got here, I thought I might be stuck, but fortunately, these platforms do fall if you stomp. So I was able to get to the rail under it. I wasn't exactly watching where I was going, so I did fall and die. But it was fine, I got right back there immediately. Since I'm technically entering an in-level cutscene-ish thing, then my Doom Wings were deactivated. But once I activated them again, I got this really cool shot. Now we just gotta run away from another big train, and we're there! That was even an S rank! Now we have the Biolizard boss fight, and yeah, this one, I wasn't expecting much at all. I was just expecting to, you know, just die. Fortunately, there are rings, so we don't just die immediately. But yeah, I couldn't figure out like how exactly I was gonna move. Because Biolizard would just catch me. If I boosted, I just boost into a wall, and quick stepping didn't seem to be working either. And after dying a few times, I decided to just keep quick stepping to the right. And slowly but surely, I did get to move. The Biolizard still caught me, but since he hit me, I was angled in an angle where I could move much faster. Like, much faster. I was able to evade his tail. Now I just gotta jump over these purple energy balls. I said jump. Okay, let's try again. This time I got hit by the tail, which got me turned around and allowed me to boost. Which actually got me far enough away to evade it up until, well, the ball attack. And after dodging enough, we can do a homing attack onto his life support system and blow it up. Or partially blow it up. In phase 2, the Biolizard grows a bunch of little gross purple bubbles all over it. And yeah, since they're bubbles, I bet you can expect what we have to do with them. We gotta pop them. Here is me getting hit by his arm. Yeah, no, this I'm not good at this when I'm not moving.
I already know your weaknesses.
We can hit him again using Chaos Control. Actually, I don't know if I need to use Chaos Control here, but I did anyway. Hit him once more, and now, time for the final phase of the fight. Now we just gotta shoot Chaos Spears, or in this case, Doom Spears, at the energy balls it throws down.
I'll show you which of us
Seeing as we can lock onto multiple targets, we didn't have to move at all for this. Now, giant energy ball. We use Chaos Control and kick the aforementioned giant energy ball.
this.
Now to finish him off, attack all these bubbles, attack the life support system, and then give the final blow. And bam! And with that, we defeated Biolizard without moving the stick. Cool. Okay, now how was that an S rank? I mean, I guess the first few deaths don't count since it was at the start of the fight, so the timer resets every time you die, but still. Now on to Kingdom Valley Act 1. So starting off, the eagle brings us in, and we can just boost in a straight line at the beginning. Once we get to the springs, then we can homing attack the wind switch after boosting. We can air boost to get to this rope, and of course we can stomp to go higher and homing attack this other, I don't know what these enemies are called, I haven't played 06. Fortunately there's a dash pad right here that sends us straight into these enemies. And yeah, this turning is automatic, I'm not doing anything. We can quick step to get onto the wall. And we can quick step to get away from the wall. I successfully failed a shortcut, but I was able to save myself with the Doom Wings. Here's our American friend. I just noticed Shadow has wings. This bird has wings. So, they both have wings. Would Shadow be able to carry the bird? Now we've reached our first body of water where we can use Doom Surf. And since we have the spin ability, then we don't have to move the stick to, well, move. So far, so good. I messed up this shortcut, but that's fine. I think. Yeah, it's fine. Now that we're out of the water, well, not much changes really, we can just keep going forward. Hey look everybody, it's the part from the original Kingdom Valley. I for whatever reason tried to get to the Doom enemy over there so I could Doom Blast it, but like, I can't turn, so that's not a good idea. And yeah, it was not a good idea. I don't know how I turned around, but yeah, I'm stuck here. Unless I fly away and, well, die. Well, now my Doom Wings are gone, that's no good. But hey, at least I'm not stuck anymore. This time I went with what was right in front of me instead of trying to take a shortcut that I knew I wouldn't be able to take if I couldn't move the joystick. Now that I'm inside the castle, I Doom Blast this guy because, well, that's what I normally do. But that probably wasn't the best idea because now I'm in front of all the other enemies and I can't see them. They're off screen, so I can't do homing attacks on them. Fortunately though, they can still attack me. How is that fortunate? Because if I get hit, then I'm angled differently. I'm facing a different direction. And now I can hit them. Now I gotta wait for this guy to hit me. I'm glad these enemies are here. This is useful in like the 2D stages, except the Ark. I can never get myself to turn left, but you guys saw that already. After more quick stepping, I finally got to the checkpoint and the eagle. Oh, who's that guy? No, like really, I don't know most of the Black Arms enemies' names because I haven't played Shadow the Hedgehog. The Doom Surfing segment was easy as always. Now in a speed run, this is normally the part where you do a bunch of Chaos Spears. I thought to myself, what if I just did one spear? And hey, I did skip quite a bit, and I didn't even have to move the stick. Now, if I wanted to do the full shortcut, I would have to move the stick, but, you know, I'm not doing the full shortcut, because I'm not moving the stick. And I also can't do the shortcut, so there's that too. There's our American friend again. Wait, how many eagles have we flown with at this point? Time to use the Chaos Control Speed Dash once more, or whatever it's called. Does this thing have a name? If so, someone please tell me. I'm flying into a wall, how nice. Okay, during surfing I missed quite a few cuts, so I had to take the very long way. But, hey, it was fine. Now here we are in the waterfall section, and it's pretty much a straight shot to the goal. Like I can see it in the distance. Actually, no, I can't. I just know where it is. 1, 2, and...
Oh no!
yeah, somehow I messed that up. Let's try this again. Finish with the Doom Wings active for style points. And this time let's not miss the goal. Hey, it's better than a D rank. Now onto Kingdom Valley Act 2. And yeah, this is a 2D level, so expect some bumps in the road. I failed to get to the upper path, but that's actually a good thing, as you'll see later. It's a good thing doing a homing attack on this rope makes us face left automatically. Gotta be a tiny bit precise with this part. Once these springs, well, spring me to the other side, I was kind of worried, because in the distance I saw a wall. And the wall looked like it would be trouble, because walls are always trouble in 2D. But fortunately, it was a wall jumping wall, and so we could turn around and, well, wall jump. I decided to activate my Doom Wings here. And I'm pretty glad that I did, because, like, with Doom Wings we jump higher than we normally would. So, we can easily get up here without having to go to the left platform. Once we get here, we can Doom Blast this Doom guy over here. We can't move up or down, but we can still homing attack the wind rail thing. But then there's a problem. So we have this guy that we can Doom Blast, and if we teleport early, then we can hit the switch before we get over here. So I restarted the level, and I took the upper route this time, and yeah, that wasn't a good idea because there are these things here. And yeah, we have to move left to go to the other one, so let's stick with the bottom route. This time I teleported before he went under the platform. But yeah, after hitting the switch, for some reason we can quick step in 2D and actually move. But we can't homing attack the rail, which is right behind us. Which is weird. But yeah, unfortunately, Kingdom Valley Act 2 is not possible. Now onto Sunset Heights Act 1. Let's just listen to the music for a bit. Well, I think that's enough of just music and gameplay and stuff. I really like that music. I ran out of boost, so I did have to do a quick step up here. Yeah, I got stuck, so I had to restart. But I'm kind of glad, because since I restarted, I was able to activate my Doom Wings. Now to that really cool dash ring Spartan Forces. I don't know, I just always thought this looked pretty cool. Seeing as we have Doom Wings and are invincible, we can get past these spikes with ease. It's time to dodge some Death Eggs. And that sends us down into the sewers, where we can find a Doom enemy to Doom Blast. And even without aiming, that worked out pretty well. If you've played this game, then you know what's coming up next. And in case you haven't, then, well, just watch. Yep, we're back in Radical Highway. I kinda wish there was more Sunset Heights in this level, but it's still a good level nonetheless. Seeing as I ran out of boost, I decided to break these boxes, because there's a secret spring in here. But we can't get over to those rails without boosting, so what I had to do was I had to quick step to the left, and then homing attack the other spring. I failed the first time, so I had to do it again. I tried getting over these spikes by just quick stepping, and then once I got my rings back I would be able to boost, but that wasn't really the best idea because now I'm facing the wrong way. Great. Just great. This time I had enough rings to reactivate my Doom Wings, so I didn't take damage or anything. So after going through a building tube and grinding upside down, I somehow boosted the wrong way after a homing attack chain. Why does this keep happening? I don't know. But it's messing me up a lot. Now it's tubes like these that I think make the best use of the quick step in this game. Like, because of its sliding and all that stuff. It's just really cool in general. And before you ask, yes, I'm moving forward automatically. Now, even though I have enough rings to activate my Doom Wings, I'm stuck in automation, so I can't activate them yet. But that's fine, because now I have to actually, well, dodge the corrupted building street stuff. And yeah, this is just really cool. I mean, look at this. Look at this. And after all that, finally back in Sunset Heights. With this really cool pose, too. And once again, let's finish off in a little bit of style. Hey, B-Rank isn't that bad. Now on to Sunset Heights Act 2. And the level's pretty normal starting off, like, just had to boost, homing attack, chaos sphere, etc. However, I could never seem to reach these dash rings. Now, I tried to take this upper path, but I was too slow, didn't use chaos control, and well, I couldn't jump high enough, so the Death Egg robot almost got me. But I activated Doom Rings just in time. But I got stuck anyway, so it was pretty much all for nothing, so let's try that again. Alright, here we go again. This time I activated my Doom Wings a little bit earlier, so I was able to jump high enough this time to get to the upper route. I'm glad he could still do the episode shadow homing attack late speed dash thingamajig. I don't know what that's called either. And somehow I missed these dash rings. Not to worry though, I had to start over again anyway. We can use this dash ring here to skip a vertical section that will require turning. We can't, however, skip this one, because, well, yeah, we just can't. Fortunately though, if we get up here, we can homing attack this guy to get up. Now you're probably wondering, how are we gonna turn around? Good news is, we don't have to. If we keep heading to the right, we can go this way and slip through the crack where that pulley is. Now here I gotta just let the Death Egg robots do its work and be careful not to, well, get stuck on a platform that doesn't get destroyed.
Oh no!
Turns out quite a few of the vertical parts we skipped are actually possible without moving, which is nice actually. This time let's let the Death Egg robot do our work for us so that we can get down here. We can Doom Blast this guy right here. We can't aim, but that's fine, it automatically aims for us. Let's grind past all these explosions, and time to go underground. Doom Surf actually helps quite a bit down here. I actually don't think I've taken the Doom Surf path before, so I've never really seen, well, that path. Just keep flying, dying. After that untimely death, I had to take the Doom Surf path, which was fine. I missed this chain of Buzz Bombers, but that was also fine. We're almost there. Seeing all these cool camera angles in the 2D levels is really cool to me. We're so close to the end. Let's activate the Doom Wings, kick this Death Egg robot's hand away, and that's it. And that is another B rank. Not bad, not bad. Now to the Metal Overlord fight, and this fight wasn't much different from usual, so I won't spend a lot of time on it. Just, I'll show what's a little bit different. Like, this fight was almost exactly the same as normal, I just, well, couldn't hit as many things, and I also missed a few ramps. Seeing as I did miss a few things, I didn't have enough chaos control to, well, use the chaos control path. I also missed this ramp. And these ones. On the second go around, I did have enough chaos control, so I was finally able to get into phase 2. Almost. Need a few more hits first. There we go. This part was also pretty much the same. Yeah, this fight was almost exactly the same as normal. Just, well, I was worse at it than normal. But, yep, with that, Metal Overlord is defeated. And we got our 3rd B rank in a row. Nice. Next up, we have Chaos Island. And starting off, fortunately, no stick movement is required. We can simply boost off of these ramps here. Now once we get here, we don't really want to use Doom Morph because, well, yeah, that happens. Doom Morph is a weird power for this challenge because the only way to move is to press the trigger button, which makes us, well, just go straight forward, which sounds good, but we also bounce off of walls, so it's easy to, well, die, and we can't turn around at all unless we bounce off of a wall. So yeah, let's just see how this goes. This time I walked on the Purple Corruption instead, and well, yeah, it's really slow and we can't boost, so we have to quick step and air boost, and yeah, that worked. Yeah, now you see what I mean about the bouncing off walls. This time I almost fell off again, but fortunately I jumped and did a homing attack, and yeah, that worked. After some more tedious quick stepping, I was able to do a homing attack on these enemies, and guess what? More quick stepping. I'm glad we had the homing attack, or else most of these levels wouldn't be possible. And why does that keep happening? With no boost, and I couldn't get up here for some reason, even with the quick step. I decided to try to take the left path instead, and while yes I missed the checkpoint, I did end up, well, getting somewhere. Turns out getting somewhere didn't help that much since I still didn't have boost. Yeah, my death is almost synced with the music. This time I didn't miss the checkpoint, but I still died anyway. But hey, that's fine, now I'm facing straight forward at least. Doing homing attacks on a bunch of springs and enemies brings us to this Doom Morph section, and this one's a lot easier than the other one because we can just go right there. Do some more homing attacks until we reach this pulley. Now this part we have to utilize the Doom Morph swing, like after we go up here, we go back into Doom Morph mode, and we have to swing, but if we don't swing right, then we'll just fall down and be facing the wrong direction. But if we swing all the way, then we can swing on this other thing, hit these springs, and then, well, we go up. Now this part here was a little difficult because, well, after homing attacking these balloons, we go into Doom Morph, and yeah, if we bounce, then we die. So instead I kinda just jumped straight over the wall, and that actually kinda worked out. I was able to Chaos Sphere this thing, spawned a spring. Now this was probably the most frustrating part, because I would always be facing the wrong way. So I had no idea how I was gonna get up, because whenever I did a quick step in the air, I would quick step the way I wasn't expecting to. Like, I would press the left and I would go right. It was just confusing. But eventually, I did get through. If you've been paying attention to the timer, then you'll see how long it took me to get here. Wait, you can stand here? Well, since the collision in this game is actually pretty polished from the looks of it, I was able to get up here. Cool. I ran out of boost on this loop, so I had to do the old-fashioned, you know, air step thingamajig. Much better. Here I found out not to take the path on the right, because that just takes us here, where all we can do is, well, die. I tried taking the left path, but I missed the homing attack on the enemy and died. I tried using Chaos Control to stop it from spinning, which worked, but then I homing attacked the wrong thing, and lost my Chaos Control. Yippee! This time I took it slow. Also, maybe I should have made it stop spinning first. So I have to land on the platform and use Chaos Sphere since I don't have Chaos Control. And my depth perception is, not that great. But eventually I did make it. Nice. Now this part wasn't all that bad either. I actually got a collectible that I missed on my first playthrough, and all I had to do was some swinging and homing attacks. Cool. Now it's time for some rail grinding, which is pretty much my best friend in this challenge. Let's pass by the erupting volcano. Now that we're inside the temple and I have enough rings, I can activate my Doom Wings. And yeah, these definitely help, if you couldn't tell already. Also, this happened. That was weird. I unfortunately missed a shortcut that would have allowed me to skip this, well, pretty much whole section. And also my Doom Wings were facing the wrong way, so that also wasn't good. But hey, it was fine in the end. You can do some quick swings, and yeah, that was the wrong way, but it worked. Just gotta do some quick stepping, some chaos controlling.
Ultimate power.
And now we're out of the temple. This lava section wasn't that bad either. After damage boosting through a bit of lava, doing a bunch of homing attacks while we have no rings, we come to more rails. Thank goodness. We can skip a lot of them by just, well, jumping to the dash rings. Now we can spring here, grab the pulley, and guess what? The goal is right in front of us. Unfortunately, I didn't swing correctly, so I had to take some damage. But, in the end, we still made it.
Control.
I literally got 10 points. Now on to Chaos Island Act 2, and let me just say I barely got 3 seconds into this level. Not literally, but, well, you'll see. With some jumps and air boosts, we can easily get through this platforming section, just gotta, well, avoid the rocks. And here we can jump and Doom Morph to get to the other side a lot faster. But here's where things go downhill. So in this part right here, I got 50 rings, so I activated my Doom Wings, which actually isn't a good idea, because, well, now we're stuck on the right. And there is one way to turn around, and that's by getting hit by these boulders. So by getting hit to the right, Shadow faces left, so now we can go up to these other platforms. Unfortunately, we can only turn to the left with this technique. Can't turn back to the right. So yeah, we're just stuck here. Yeah, so Chaos Island Act 2 is also not possible. Now onto the Mephiles boss fight, and yeah, this fight makes heavy use of the Doom Morph ability, and you know we can't move with that really. So we start off in this big arena, and Mephiles turns the floor into corruption, so of course this is where Doom Morph comes in. So we just have to dodge his blade right now, and somehow I dodged that one. Don't know how though, because I just barely quick stepped in time I guess. And we can slowly make our way over to the Doom Morph ball, like really slowly. And once we hit the wall, we don't bounce like straight backwards, we're just bouncing on the side of the walls pretty much forever. And the only way to get out of this is if another Doom Morph ball spawns and we can hook onto that. And yeah, that's the only way we can hit Mephiles. And I was only able to do it twice. And they were both on the first phase of the fight, because I had to retry the fight, because in phase 2, it's much harder to do so, and Mephiles is never in the right spot. So I decided to assume that maybe it's possible, so I just went and hit Mephiles anyway. And phase 3 was just more of the same, so I assumed maybe that was possible too. And phase 4 didn't require any movement. But phase 5, yeah, this one's just not possible, because you have to hit the Mephiles monster in the back, so and you can't reach that Doom Morph ball in the center, and none of these can get you facing the right direction to actually hit him. And even when he is nearby, you just hit his hands, and after you hit him once, he bounces you back, so you'll be facing the wrong way again, so you still can't hit him. So yeah, unfortunately, Mephiles is also not possible. Now onto Radical Highway Act 1. And at first the stage is pretty straightforward. Just have to boost, quick step, etc. Then when we get to this part we have to actually, well, take a little bit to slow down. Because, well, like, we can't just go straight ahead. We have to Doom Spear all these, and then land on the platform to be able to homing attack the beetle without losing our air boost. It is a bit tricky, but not impossible. And once we flip here, we get the Doom Wings. And yeah, if we die, they're gone. So let's try not to die. Seeing as we can, well, quick turn while flying, it wasn't that bad. I did miss a homing attack capsule, so I had to get stuck and start over. This time I didn't miss the capsule. Turns out that wasn't the reason I got stuck though, it was because, well, I had gone down too late, so I had to stomp earlier. But since I failed, I died and lost my Doom Wings, so I had to do it the old-fashioned way. I actually made it to this upper path, and I had to slowly quick step my way through it, of course. But it's probably better than taking the main path. That took me back here, where I could homing attack these enemies and this pulley. And that brought me to a rocket! I'm glad we can still do tricks off of ramps without a skateboard or anything in this. After that I reactivated my Doom Wings, and so it should all be smooth sailing from here. I missed the swing bars and the possible skip, but at least I was still able to, well, take the slow path, I guess. Well, that was also weird. Flying over here, I was able to Doom Blast this enemy. And of course, I run out of rings right when I probably need them most. Yep, we're sliding down a building again. And I would assume we keep our Doom Wings normally. And this happened for some reason. But like, since we didn't keep our Doom Wings, we have to jump over all this debris. And yeah, it's not good. I tried using this weird wall sliding thing that was going on, and that just launched me for some reason. But unlike Space Colony ARK, then with enough rings and damage boosting, we can actually make it through. Then comes the next sliding part that I think might be possible if we had Doom Wings. But we don't, so we don't have nearly enough rings to get through. And even if we just had a lot of rings, we wouldn't be able to damage boost far enough without losing all our rings. So, yeah. Unfortunately, Radical Highway Act 1 is not possible. Now onto Radical Highway Act 2, and yeah, this just isn't it. This one just isn't possible. We just can't do it. Like, we start off, it's a dash pad, springs, then we go skydiving, and since we can't move while skydiving, we have to take damage. And we can't collect any of the rings, so no matter how fast or slow we go, we always hit the doom debris and die. So, yeah, this one we only got, like, what, 14 seconds into. So, Radical Highway Act 2 is also not possible. Now the question is, can we beat the final boss? Let's find out. The final boss, Devil Doom. We start off with a Doom surfing section, and just like Metal Overlord, this part doesn't require much, well, any stick movement at all. Just hit all the balls he throws at us, and we're good. Going through these dash ring things, we can go to this ramp to get to some rainbow dash rings and get a hit on him. We keep going and find some more ramps. Then we have a quick little 2D section where we can grab some more rings. If we head to the left, we can go on these ramps, go to rails, go on this dash ring, get another hit on him, and get into phase 2. And immediately, when I saw that phase 2 used the Doom morph, well, I already knew this, but when I saw it again, it made me think that this wouldn't be possible. The Chaos Island Act 1 was still possible, and it made heavy use of the Doom morph too, so Let's just see.
Actually start trying.
Turns out the first part of the Doom Morph segment is actually pretty possible. The second Doom Morph segment wasn't hard either. All you had to do was more swinging and homing attacks, and guess what? Got another hit. The third part I kept, well, not timing the Doom Morph transformation right. But when I did time it right, everything worked out. I love launching off of slopes and vertical platforms with Doom Morph. It's really fun. Actually, this power-up in general is really fun. I guess I can see why some people don't like it. They just don't know how it works. But with that, we defeated Devil Doom, or the first part technically, because now we have to fight Neo Devil Doom, with one of the most awesome character themes playing in the background. And since we're using the Doom Wings, and since we're not gliding, since we're actually flying now, then we can move with the left and right bumpers. So we don't have to go up and down, even though doing so would make it a lot less slow, since we keep bumping into stuff. But yeah, this fight really isn't that bad at all. We just have to, well, hit all these things back at him, then we can homing attack his giant eyeball in his undercarriage. However, seeing as we can't move up or down, then we can't dodge this attack. So we gotta watch Black Doom beat us up. Not long after though, we can get another hit on him. I tried dodging this one, which of course didn't work, but, well, I mean, I don't know, it just looked kinda cool when it happened. But right after that, it's time to get the final few hits. And after a few quick time events, and a really cool cutscene, we've defeated Black Doom without using the analog stick. Unfortunately, however, we still got a C rank. Hey, better than a D at least. And with that, we've beaten 9 out of the 12 levels and 4 bosses of Shadow Generations. That's a lot more than I thought we would. I thought like it'd be either none or close to none. But yeah, I'd say this was a pretty fun challenge. Probably the most frustrating stage of them all was Chaos Island, but with enough perseverance, even that one was possible. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all have a great day. See you later.